What up, gangsters? So, one of the questions I get asked all the time is what is trigonometry? So, if we take the word trigonometry here and we break it down, this trigon in Greek actually means triangle. And I know we have metry here, but the phrase or word metron actually means measure in Greek. And so trigonometry is a branch of mathematics that studies the relationship between the angles and sides of triangles. Much like algebra, where we have some functions, where if I ask you to graph y equals x, you're going to get a line. If I ask you to graph y equals x squared, you should know you get a parabola. If I ask you to graph y equals the absolute value of x, we get our v. If I ask you to graph y equals x cubed, kind of get our dancing man here. All of these are functions in algebra. In trigonometry, there are three key functions. The first one, sine, the second one, cosine, and the third one, tangent. Now, if you take a look at any calculator, usually dead center, you're going to see sine written as sin, cosine written as cos, and tangent written as tan. And all of these are functions under trigonometry. You're going to learn more about these functions later on and what their graphs are. But the key thing here in trigonometry, there's a few things I hound on all the time. Number one is when you are working with triangles. The most important thing here is to circle the angle you are looking from. Everything is based on this. So if I am looking from this angle X and I have a right triangle here, and all of your trigonometry stuff at the start is going to be a right triangle. Across from angle X is what we would call the opposite side. Across from any right angle is always going to be the hypotenuse. And then next to the angle is going to be the adjacent side, ADJ. Now, let me redo this again. Whenever I'm going to label a right triangle, I always circle the angle I'm looking from. So now if you noticed here, I put X in the kind of the top angle up on top. I am looking from a different angle here. I always start with the opposite side. So across from this angle here, this is now going to be my opposite side. Across from the right angle, the second angle I always do is my right angle, and this side is going to be hypotenuse. So I have my opposite and my hypotenuse, and the third side I label is always the adjacent. Done this for years. Kids really struggle with what side is the adjacent, what side is the opposite. Take care of the opposite first. Across from the right angle is the hypotenuse. The leftover side is adjacent. The word adjacent means next to. Now, those of you guys that have seen Pocahontas the movie, you might remember her little sister. Little sister, pretty famous, really good at math. Her name was SOH CAH TOA. And any quiz or test, I always write her name down, SOH CAH TOA. If you look, it's really narrow and vertical. It can be written on a totem pole. Perfect here. Now, what makes her so important? What was her name again? SOH CAH TOA. You're going to use this to help you label triangles and identify what trig function you should use. So if we take a look here, where the trick comes into play is this. The sine of any angle is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. And if you take a look here, opposite over hypotenuse, you can see how it plays out in her name. If I go down here to cosine, the cosine of any angle is going to be equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, CAH. And the tan of any angle is going to be opposite over adjacent. So where do we go from here? Giving you a quick snapshot. If I had a beautiful 3, 4, 5 right triangle, and I said, tell me the sine, and I'm going to call this angle A, this is angle B, and this is angle C. What is the sine of angle A? Well, sine means opposite over hypotenuse, but I don't do that just yet. Go back to my key statement here. Circle the angle you're looking from. Across from it is my opposite side. Second, go to the right angle. Across from that is going to be my hypotenuse, and my leftover side is going to be adjacent. The sine of angle A is going to be opposite over hypotenuse 4/5. The cosine of angle A is going to be adjacent over hypotenuse. The tan of angle A is going to be opposite over adjacent. So key to circle and label what angle you're looking from. Throwing this out here, take a look here. If I asked you to find the sine of angle C. So if you didn't say you were looking from angle C, you made the first mistake. If I'm looking from angle C, this adjacent side now becomes the opposite side. The hypotenuse stays the same, but my opposite side becomes my adjacent. Pause. Take a look at my screen. It is all chopped up with 3 different colors. Imagine if you were just using the same pencil, pen, you'd have all this stuff written on here. So what I suggest every single time is if I'm looking from cosine A, sine A, and I'm looking from angle A, and suddenly I see something regarding sine of angle C, I am now looking from a different angle. I would come up and draw a quick sketch. Boom, doesn't have to be pretty. I'm now looking from angle C. I still have my 3, 4, 5 right triangle. But I'm going to come up here and circle it across from this angle here. This is going to be my opposite side. This is my hypotenuse. This here is my adjacent. Take a look at this red triangle. It's fresh, it's clean. If I'm looking here now, the sine of angle C from up here stands for opposite 3 over 5. Much more clear and easy to find out. So again, going back to the key thing here is you've got to circle the angle you're looking from and label the triangle. So take a moment here, and if we look, I got some just basic triangles. Okay, I give you the angle here that I want you to look from. So I'm going to circle this here because that's the angle I marked. This side across is going to be opposite. This side across is going to be my hypotenuse, and the leftover side here has to be my adjacent. Pause the video, give yourself a shot at problem number 7. All right, circle the angle you're looking from. Across from here is my opposite side. Across from the hypotenuse, the right angle is the hypotenuse, my hype, and the leftover side is adjacent. Pause the video and go through problems 2 and 8. Welcome back. Across from this angle here is my opposite side. Across from the right angle is my hype. The leftover side is the adjacent. And then if you look here, circle this one. This here is my opposite. This here is my hypotenuse. This small side here is my adjacent. In the links below the video, I'm going to have these worksheets and an answer key. So if you want to give problems 3, 9, 4, and 10 a shot, you may. Taking a look here, we got some good fill-in-the-blank problems. Let me highlight the problem in the top left corner first. I am looking from this angle here. Across from it, notice how I wrote O for opposite. Across from the right angle is my hypotenuse, and then the A is my adjacent side. Okay, the sine stands for 3/5. The cosine of x stands for 4/5. Now the tan. Oh, wait a second. What was Pocahontas' little sister's name? It was SOH CAH TOA. So tan, looking here, the tan stands for opposite over adjacent. So if I'm looking from this angle here, my opposite side is 3, and my adjacent side is going to be 4. Let's hop on to the right to the harder problems. If I take a look, I'm looking from this angle here. I'm switched to red so it picks up a little bit better. Across from here, this is going to be my opposite side. Across from here is my hypotenuse, and then the leftover side is adjacent. SOH CAH TOA. Sine stands for opposite, so I'm going to come over here and squeeze in 5.5. My hypotenuse, 7.3. Hop over to cosine, CAH, C-A-H. That stands for adjacent over my hypotenuse, which is 7.3. Tan, TOA. Tan stands for opposite, 5.5 over 7.3. Did you catch it? Not 7.3. TOA. The opposite side is 5.5. My adjacent side is 4.8. Slow down. Just because the triangles all look the same, the angle you are looking from changes. All right. Please take a look here at this next triangle. Circle the angle you're looking from. Label your sides right now. This is going to be my opposite. Across from the right angle is my hypotenuse, and the leftover side is adjacent. My opposite side is 5 over the square root of 29. Later on, we'll talk about square roots in the denominator, but you have to get this set up first. The cosine of any angle is going to be adjacent over the hypotenuse, which is square root 29. The tan of any angle is going to be opposite, in this case 5 over the adjacent 2. Take a look here on the bottom left, this problem that I just threw a star by. Take a moment, circle the angle, and label the sides. Opposite, hypotenuse, adjacent. Sine, SOH, S-O-H, stands for hypotenuse, stands for opposite over your hypotenuse, which is 13. Cosine, CAH, adjacent side, 12, over your hypotenuse, which is 13. Tan, TOA, 5 over adjacent side, 12. Awesome work. Big money day problem, gangsters. Here we go. Take a look. Tan stands for opposite over adjacent. If I'm looking from this angle, my opposite side is going to be 9.9. I'll come over here and write opposite there. My adjacent side, wait, hold on. This is my right angle, so this is my hypotenuse. My adjacent side here is 2.2. They didn't tell us my hypotenuse. This is a great quiz problem. Take a look here in the right corner. If you see that I have a right triangle, way back in the day, you probably remember the Pythagorean theorem. This comes up in a lot of trig problems. So I have 9.9 squared plus 2 squared equals c squared. I can easily do the Pythagorean theorem here to find my missing side. I got some extra problems down here that you guys can work on. I'll also have this sheet, but your takeaways from the video should be this. What is Pocahontas' little sister's name? SOH CAH TOA. Most important thing in trig is to circle the angle you are looking from and then label your triangle. I start with the opposite side, then I go to the hypotenuse, and the leftover side is adjacent. Doing that will help you set up any trig problem that you have. In the next video, I'm going to talk about finding missing angles and sides. Please follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube, and all I have to say is Math Gangsta for life.